Johnny Somali unbanned. You mean Johnny Salami because he's over 500% cooked. Uh, did he get banned from party? Would they party all night long?
Johnny Somali has been unbanned, and tonight we're going to explain how. Of course, this is Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire. I'm an attorney living in Asia and covering from beginning to end in deep detail the Johnny Somali criminal saga, particularly the saga in Korea, which is where our story lies. So if you have been following this saga, Johnny Somali had a pretty crazy criminal spree around Seoul last night. That would be in Asian terms on the 22nd of March. He was up all night drinking, also using pills, probably these still knocks pills, which we've seen him with.
By drugs. Basically, Knox pills, I think them are caffeine pills? I don't remember.
On multiple occasions, questionable about whether he has a prescription for those or, what's going on.
Oh, that means they are behind requiring the doctor's orders.
With the use of those pills. However, he was up all night drinking and waving airsoft rifles at the chat.
What a complete idiot.
And making all sorts of brash statements, threats to the judge, threats to the police. He was making prank calls with his.
This is one reason why you don't drink. I've heard of people getting drunk and find out they have another child later on with some random woman because they're drunker than a skunk.
His watch to the police. And throughout that night, things got crazier and crazier and crazier. More things kept happening. And he really kept challenging the police to come arrest him and challenging people to come get him until the fact he ended up half naked and, kind of arrested. Of course, he had to get arrested after he, bothered construction workers.
Literally, does he want to pick cabbages for the rest of his existence?
Was playing loud music in convenience stores, was bothering elderly people, went into a church and desecrated it, and also just generally was an.
What a scumbag. I mean, I recommend no one doing this stuff what he does. You might think you're going to get a few minutes of fame. Yeah, we're going to come over. We're going to start watching you and start milking you like tissue paper. We're going to be just starting milking you afterwards because you're going to be going to prison very soon later. So recommend not doing this stuff.
Annoyance to everybody he could encounter that night until the police finally picked him up in his boxers, dancing in the street, arrested him, and brought him to the station. Now, this is important note. A lot of people ask, how isn't he behind bars? Korea does not typically detain people unless it's a violent crime or drugs or something very, very severe. So typically you're released on your own recognizance, as you'd say in the United States. You're just released to go home, stay where you're going to stay. And that's what happened with Johnny. He was brought to the station. They made the report. They got the information they need to get from him. And then they let him go back to Hanky Poo's apartment. Of course, he's staying with Hank.
Oh, and they're going to be adding charges and charges and charges and charges. He's probably looking at least 5 to 6 years worth of charges or more. Don't worry. He's going to keep increasing he's trying to catch all the Pokemon right now. Every charge he could get plus extra.
Hank Han Jung-yu at his apartment, who was actually not there at the time. He was somewhere else. He had to come rescue Johnny. He made a reference to Johnny as a version of George Floyd. I'm not kidding. You can go to my X and see the tweet. However, eventually ends up going home. And, we thought, okay, well, that's pretty bad. And it got a little bit worse for him because we did.
Hanky Poo, you mean his best friend for his rear end and his rear end.
See that his account was suspended on party.com, which is the sole platform in which he has not been banned from. It's really the only place he's been streaming actively since he's been banned off Kick. He's been banned off YouTube, pretty much everywhere else except for this fringe site.
And yes, I respect gays. Actually, there was some people I know I respected, and I still do, and they're gay. So I do have respect for them.
Now, A lot of people thought this was a permanent ban. A lot of people thought this was going to last forever. Well, there was some indication, even the night of the suspension, that things were not looking really good for this sticking, as it appeared that this was actually a ban that may have been put into place to hide evidence from the Korean authorities. So the thought was, if we get this off the internet, well, then the Korean authorities won't see it. So let's do him a solid and let's nuke this off the internet. Let's remove this from the internet. The problem is for Johnny Somali is that everybody is logging his content, and
When you are a public figure, which Johnny is, they record everything. They will have them on backup hard drives. So if their computer go down, they'll have extra hard drive data. People are recording them all the time. They're doing it with OBS. They're doing it with Streamlabs. If you wonder if you don't know what that means, that's our recording software. It's free.
everybody who is looking to track this criminal odyssey is making logs of this. So there was a complete log, multiple complete logs of his content, from both from other content creators as well as from people that were just making those and shipping them on over. So everyone was able to get pretty much the full saga and certainly all the details of the crimes that he committed that night. So that intent was thwarted. And what this ended up being is, rather than it being a true suspension, this actually ended up being what I will call a marketing ban. And I say that because by the time the news of this got out, and mind you, Johnny Somali News usually starts with my channel, and then within 12 to 24 hours, other channels will make information and make videos based on what I say, or what videos that are taking information or synthesizing information I put out says, and then we'll make a synopsis of the scenario. And by the time they could say, hey, he's banned off this platform, which was true, he was suspended, he's already back up. He was up actually within about 18 hours, and probably wasn't even a full 24 hours, and he was unsuspended off of party.com. He was back up. And what those bans do, I liken this to the ban of Amaranth or Hassan. What these very, very short bans do is they actually drive more traffic to the site and to the creator. It actually serves to market the site and market the creator, because the news of that ban percolates and people check and people go over and direct traffic to the site. So in essence, this was not something that it appeared was intended to actually punish Johnny, but actually to aid him. And in fact, we actually have evidence that shows that if they didn't screw up the situation with the stream key, this is an internal message from Johnny Somali's Discord, which said, party staff members are looking into it. But they might need to generate a new stream key. Same as on Kick, when you get banned and unbanned, you need a new stream key. Johnny's stream key didn't change for some reason. Will be a live stream tomorrow. So they're saying he's going to be back on Monday Asia time. That may be Sunday night. Who knows? Over there in the United States, depending on where you are in the world. But saying that, hey, he would have been back even now if he was able to generate a stream key. And to me, this is not surprising. This is the exact same platform that on their social media, this is on their X account, you can see right here that they advertised streaming crimes in real time. And not only that, but beyond that, streaming the judgment of the court and saying he's going to stream the entire court event from the courthouse. Well, it was made very, very clear that that is very illegal.
If he does that, he's going to basically find out prison really... I wouldn't put past him at this point.
In the Republic of Korea, you're not even allowed to have your phone on, much less to record anything in the court. That is extreme contempt of court and would be punished severely. But, it's all good because content, right? Content.
Everyone wants to see him pick cabbages for the rest of his life. Probably even the people who are running party want to see him pick cabbages for the rest of his life.
So it turns out that the platform is not only actively protecting him, but knowingly and it seems maliciously undermining Korean law. And I'm all for free speech, but when it comes to breaking laws actively and knowingly, there is indeed a line. And I was informed, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video so so well and so quickly. By the way, if you like this, smash the like button. Even though it's a premiere, even though it's shorter than my normal lives, is because I wanted to get this information out there to you guys, to everybody, and particularly to my Korean audience. Because as I posted here on X, and this is the
Also, like and subscribe. I use multiple type of VTubers. I just haven't showed the other ones.
message in Korean, if
They're not all female.
you are a resident of the Republic of Korea, whether that's a Korean citizen or someone with a long-term visa,
I have another male character on hand. I just haven't bothered using him in any video. Maybe a future video, which I haven't yet released, which is what I'm working on, which is Minecraft.
a business visa, a student, a teacher, a digital nomad, if you have a Korean phone number, you can go to this website. I'm going to put it in the description of this video. It's also under the community tab for my channel. It's also here on X. And you can go to this here website. This is in Korean. Once again, you can play with it over here, and you can report party.com. And why would you do that? Why would you report party.com? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Number one, because they're actively subverting the law. Number two, because you've got illegal online gambling. The platform promotes online gambling, which is prohibited in the Republic of Korea, in addition to Johnny promoting crypto, which is very much illegal and prohibited in the Republic of Korea, without a lot of regulation and registration with the authorities in the Republic of Korea, on top of all of the other crimes that he shouldn't really be streaming, in addition to streaming police officers in the police station when he shouldn't be streaming that at all. And this platform is knowingly allowing all of these things, the undermining of pretty much the entire legal system in all of Korea. And why would this matter? Well, this would matter is if party.com is banned, then Johnny Somali should not be streaming on that platform at all. And for him to continue to stream on that platform would constitute another crime in the Republic of Korea. And I understand people go out and use VPNs and get around things, but of course, that is a crime as well in the Republic of Korea. So Johnny Somali, with his final venue, if it was blocked under this regulation, would be further prevented and stymied.
Basically, if it was blocked from South Korea, he wouldn't have the ability to stream it. But man, I want to see him pick cabbages for the rest of his life. Next person, time to farm it.
From continuing his spree across Korea. So
no, I do not like Johnny Salami. I do not like him at all because I respect the South Koreans a lot. I mean, I would get along with them. I plan to learn how to use chopsticks in the future. I just don't know how to yet. My brother does.
I do ask you, if you are Korean, or if you know somebody who's Korean, and you can suggest this to somebody who's in Korea, perhaps even if you've got friends that are English teachers out there. Shout out to my English teacher friends over there. And you've got a long-term number. You can report that for illicit activity and have that website regulated, which is something that can actually happen fairly fast in Korea, and actually can result in some change. I hope you guys like this video. We'll have more dealing with the unban of Johnny Somali. Obviously, he's going to crash out more.
Go over to Legal Mindsets video, which is in the description. There will be a link there, and also like and subscribe to me. You can watch the original video if you wish, or even watch his other videos. He does really great content. I respect him a lot. I'm trying to do other content on the side.
Or obviously he's going to descend into madness because he feels like there's no consequences. At this point, it is very clear
to him there is no consequences. He has to pick cabbages for the rest of his life, or have to do road construction, or get paid very little because they're gonna throw the book at him.
That Johnny Somali feels like, well, I can just do whatever. I can challenge the police because nothing's going to happen. They're just going to throw the cuffs on me, take me to the station, and send me back home.
Oh, yeah, they're going to write down your stuff and have you go into court system. And when they finally have all the charges in the next 5 years, you're facing a life in prison for how long he's going to live.
And we're going to track this as he goes through this process because, in Korea, these things are stacking in the perception. Even if the punishment isn't immediate, the perception has wildly shifted against this individual who has brought himself back in the limelight in the absolute worst way. Until next time, guys.
God sakes, I even have a video which I'm gonna get out later. Is of me cooking three bean hot dish for a potluck for old timers. Um, they didn't eat a whole lot of it, but it was delicious as is. I asked a few people, I did not record that part, and they loved all of it. It was really tasty. I thought it wasn't when I first got it done, but at the end, it tastes awesome. My mom took a whole bunch home, and when she made it before, I used the same beans. I made it better, but my mom will take majority of it. She takes the chicken I cook, which is slow cooked in the oven.
Guys, take care. And I will continue to keep you updated on Johnny Somali.